was just mentioning the point that the blue team does have a good sort of set of champions to be able to get away from the picks that the purple team are going to be trying to make. I'm not sure if you guys agree with that one, but yeah, I mean, obviously they're all pretty mobile champions apart from the Oriana, but again, we'll just have to kind of wait and see how to play out. Let's go more in depth into this bot lane matchup. A Corki Thresh against a Lucian Nami. How do you think that lane specifically should play out, Billy?
Before 4.10, there was a lot when Lucian was a highly contested pick, a lot of teams were picking up Corki just to... Because Corki can actually out-trade Lucian in levels 6 and 9, I believe, and pretty much throughout the rest of the game. So, the Corki pick is basically into Lucian. They didn't take the bait in the Triss pick just because they clearly didn't want to... They didn't pick up any... They took the Thresh instead of the Nami or the Janna. So they didn't want to pick the Tristana there. But definitely, I'd say in favour of the team just because of the aggressive play from Corki and Thresh.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, within those new kind of Corki builds that are coming out at the moment with the Triforce and Sork Boots coming out, his like burst 1v1 dueling damage is just massive. So I guess we'll have to see how that bot lane matchup plays out. But overall, I think, as you guys both have touched on, it's going to be quite a close encounter here. It's going to really come down to how well the teams can play their comps, as it so often does in this game. But out of Champ Select, it doesn't seem like one team has a major advantage, which is obviously good. Should make up for a nice tight matchup.
Yeah, I think the first 5 minutes of this match is going to be insanely important for the outcome of the rest of the game.
Yeah, I wonder if any invades on the cards here. I mean, you wouldn't really think that either team has a very strong invade team unless Ari maybe grabs the taunt, and then obviously Lee Sin's always fairly strong level 1. But you know, who knows really?
Be interesting to see where Lee Sin starts. If he's going to go for the aggressive on the bot side or the top side.
Yeah. So sorry, what was that?
Be interesting to see where Lee Sin starts, just to see if he's going to go bot lane early or the top side early.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, a lot of the match is going to come down to this, to those small decisions. As you said, the early part of this match is going to be so important. And I guess one interesting point would be, in an early duel, who would come on top? Would that be a Kha'Zix win or a Lee Sin win? I think Chad can probably give us an answer on that one.
To be honest, in the early game, Lee Sin, I haven't seen P-Ban jungle before, but assuming that he's very skilled with Lee Sin, he should out jungle Delicious until the late game. But
yeah,
if Delicious manages to survive, get a couple of ganks off, farm up into the mid game, he will scale better.
Yeah, well, alright guys, we are on the Summoner's Rift now, obviously heading into this first match of the best of 3 series. Best of luck to both teams, obviously, for whoever you guys are rooting for in chat. Obviously, best of luck to your friends. But looks like there's going to be a little bit of a skirmish coming up here in the bottom lane. Both teams going to be kind of hanging towards it, but we do have Rise up there in top lane. He's just going to be chilling around there. We are going to have a pause come out, but we'll do a quick run through of the players here. So on the side of Team Alpha Void, we have Jimmy, Delicious, Frey, Tortle, and the Playmaker. And then on the side of Myth Esports, we have Ink, Peeban Jungler, Fong, Zerosity, and Frosty. So should be a nice matchup. Once this pause gets going and we actually get into the game, that is. So what do you guys think is going to happen in this bottom lane? Do you think this is just going to be a stalemate kind of, you know, Mexican standoff style thing here, or do you think something might occur, like come of this?
I think they were just having a bit of a dance there, just trying to get where red side were starting there.
Yeah, I guess they've got the information they need. They know Lee Sin's going to be starting on blue side here. The jungles are going to mirror each other, possibly a 2v2 situation up top once both junglers finish their buff rotation. But obviously, with the knowledge we got there from Chad saying that Lee Sin should probably be out jungling the Kha'Zix, we might even see the Lee Sin get up there first, probably, who knows. It all comes down to the aggression.
Yeah, by the looks of things, we're going to get a 2v2 bot lane, so they're not going to go for the lane swap anyway. So it should be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, definitely. So, just going to be waiting for these buff rotations as Corki's just going to be dancing around there. Like it's just a pretty standard setup. There's just not a lot that's exciting going on here. It's just a normal matchmaking style setup there. You've got the 3 in the starting side of each jungle to make sure no shenanigans go on. But I'm really interested to see where the early aggression will be and who it comes from, because I feel like that's going to be a big point to this match. All right, so going to be trading blows in the top lane there. Jimmy and Zinc. Jimmy should probably have the advantage of this matchup early, since he's not running on any resource. But again, you know, the range poke from Ryze can hurt. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Interesting enough, we see Playmaker starting with the Relic Shield. What are your thoughts on that one, Billy? On the Thresh supports?
The Relic Shield is just another way to start on the LA supports. But it just does offer a little bit more sustain, especially against an army. She can harass you down a lot, and the Relic Shield does offer a bit of a sustain for that lane.
Yeah. So you think that's a good choice? Fair enough. I guess it just if you can do it, if you can pull it off, okay, why not? I suppose. As you said, the sustain
Yeah, it
definitely
gives him a lot
helps
more
out.
tankiness, and he's going to be able to build that into the shield for probably around the 8-minute mark, which could help for the dragon, could save someone's life. So
Yeah,
not a bad
definitely.
pick up
So
there.
yeah, we also see both junglers getting their second buff at pretty much the exact same time. And it looks like Kha'Zix is going to be heading into the top lane to see what he can get going here. Question is, will Lee Sin come down? And we also see a hook land in the bottom lane here. There's going to be a bit of aggression traded off onto Lucian there. Nice little trade there, but Corki also took his own fair amount of damage. There's also going to be a fight here in top lane. Kha'Zix gets the isolation. Big damage comes off to Lee Sin there, and that is going to stall his jungle heavily. And that's going to allow Delicious to just walk in there and just clean up his jungle a little bit, maybe even do a bit of counter jungling. So interesting enough, that goes against the thoughts we had early on, those early duels. I suppose if Kha'Zix is allowed to get his quick WQ, you know, few auto attack combos off with isolation, I mean, Lee Sin's gonna feel the pain. I actually haven't seen Kha'Zix elect to do too much in their red side jungle though, but it does look like he's coming into the mid lane here for a gank, and he's not going to get spotted by a ward either. But what are your thoughts on that little skirmish there, Chad? Was that the way you were expecting it to play out?
Honestly, no. I didn't think that Piben would have gone to golems. I thought that he would have just gone straight into the tri-bush, maybe snuck into the river bush, because Zinc would have communicated probably that there wasn't a ward there yet. And maybe just prepared for the 2v2, because their 2v2 is much stronger, since Lee Sin is the best early game jungler besides Udyr.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's exactly the way I thought he would be doing it, but I guess he wanted to get in that extra little bit of gold in there by picking up those golems. But we'll have to wait and see how much it actually costs them, because obviously he is able to head down to the bot lane here. Looks like he might be going straight down there for a lane gank, or he might clear out his wolves and white, maybe then head in. But the lane is actually in a very good position for him to head down there and try get a lane gank going. So I'll have to see if he chooses to do so. I'm more focused on this mid lane here at the moment though. It looks like Kha'Zix is in a really good position. He can come from either bush or lane here. No, it doesn't look like he's going to take that option, is he? Possibly. So they're just going to be trading blows there in mid. Stairs seems pretty even across the map. Ryze with a little bit of a lead over Shen, which you would assume. Here comes Kha'Zix for that gank in mid though. The slow does come off from Orianna. That's going to be the flash coming out from Fong as well, which is a big pickup there, because they're going to be able to unrelentlessly gank him in mid now. And there's also a fight down bottom. Ferocity will surely go down here. Corki's going to Valkyrie in. The heal goes off, which saves him. Beautifully played there, and well done by Nami to get that Aqua Prism right off at the right time to stop more damage coming out from Corki. So well played there by the purple side bot lane.
Yeah, Tide really benefited from that, because Corki still has both of his summoners, and they blew both Lucian summoners, but we see Lee Sin coming in.
Yeah, here's that Lee Sin that I called earlier, and he's going to get a kill here onto the playmaker. You would have to assume the Q will come off. No, he's going to go into Corki, which is probably the right decision. He uses the ult. Corki is going to pick up a kill. He's not going to be able to Valkyrie away. In comes Kha'Zix for the cleanup. I think he's going to get it. Yeah, Peeben's... Yeah, I think there was a bit of lag going on there, but either way, I think he's dead. So I'm not sure what worth that pause is, but yeah. Definitely noticed to be a bit of lag going on there, but nevertheless, it is going to end up in a 2-for-2 trade. Though you have to feel that, I guess that benefits blue side more because this is going to give Kha'Zix a little bit of snowball gold that he needs. Whereas, you know, Lee Sin with that one kill, he was already put a little bit behind Kha'Zix anyway. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Pardon? Sorry, could you repeat that? I was just checking
Just
the
with
cooldowns.
the way the jungle matchup has gone on so far, Delicious winning that early skirmish up top, and now he's going to pick up a kill onto Peeben as well. Do you feel like that's just going to help Delicious snowball out of control?
I think it depends on personally what Delicious does. It also depends on how Peven plays after he dies right now. If he decides just to, for example, go top because top's pushed the second that he dies, Delicious probably won't make it up there because he's probably just going to go and clear his jungle.
Yeah.
If he then starts snowballing top, then the game's pretty much over from there because Rice will just snowball out of control. But it just honestly all depends. From what I've seen, Delicious knows how to handle his jungle, he knows what he's doing, so I don't think that that's going to happen and he'll probably predict it.
Just a side note, Jason actually does have his safeguard and his flash up.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, well, I mean, that's the benefit of the pause there, isn't it? He was able to, like, you know, kind of consider his options and was able to get out of that one. So good pick up there, Billy. I must say, I don't feel like that really would have happened without the pause, but nevertheless, well done by him to get out of that one. And obviously, that cancels out the possibility of the snowball for Delicious at the moment. So really, really, really well played there. The taunt's going to come out from Ari as well. It's going to be a lot of damage onto Frey. That's that power of Ari if you can hit that charm at the right time. The 20% increased magic damage, it really hurts. So we are going to see both the junglers just kind of sitting in that bottom side jungle, clearing their camps away, trying to earn themselves a bit of pocket money. But it looks like Lee Sin will be going into the Elder Lizard as well, which is obviously standard. Not too many people go that tanky Lee Sin route anymore. But yeah, we'll have to see how that one plays out from the Playmaker. Is definitely looking to make some plays here. But the ward comes out and follows his plans. Nothing much will come of that. There is going to be a trade down here. Lee Sin's down there again. Bottle is in big danger. The Playmaker will be the one to fall though. And well done here by Lee Sin. He's just going to sit down there and he's just camping bot lane relentlessly, which is just a really, really good idea to get Zerosity into the game and keep Corki out of it. So well done by Peeben there. Obviously, he's realised that top lane he hasn't had too much luck with. So he'll just sit in that bottom lane, farm the jungle, and farm the champions. I feel like the bottom lane definitely needs to be able to get a bit more vision here because they're just allowing Lee Sin to get in there and do too much damage to them. What are your thoughts on that, Billy?
With the deep pink ward in their defensive tri-bush, it's very effective for red side at the moment. Just because they can't get there and clear it, and even if they did ward it, their ward would just be cleared and there'd just be constant pressure from that Lee Sin bot lane.
Yeah, definitely. So, the missed Aqua Prism, the fight's here for the wards, but it is going to be taken out, and they're going to go really hard onto Playmaker. Zerosity's damage onto Playmaker is huge at the moment.
Yeah,
He's
Ari just picks up
in
that
a
blue
good
buff
place.
while that was going on, so you can see if Frey does get his buff soon as well.
Yeah, very true. Well, if he doesn't, you would have to assume that that's going to danger there, and Ari should be picking up a kill fairly soon. Because that Q just does so much damage even through creeps. But Tortle's taking a risk here, and he's going to be staying in lane and just trying to farm it out while he's a bit low. But we'll have to see how that plays out, because one dive from Lee Sin here could end up in more death.
Yeah,
But
I
again,
expected it back here with the culling up from Lucian just because he can just shove up the wave and culling just to shove him out of wave. He's better off just backing as soon as he can and then cutting his losses and coming back as soon as he can.
That's it. I mean, Oriana's going to be picking up her blue buff now, but they're definitely going to be hunting for blood here, I think, in bot lane. It's very, very scary scenes in every lane at the moment. They're doing really, really well here, Myth Gaming, at pushing up all lanes, playing really aggressive, obviously, worked themselves into a 1.5k gold lead, roughly. So they're definitely putting themselves in a very good position at the moment.
I expect Lee Sin to maybe come down for the bot side just because of how low Tortle is, and he saw information that Kha'Zix was on the top side, so it'd be interesting to see if they can pick up an early dragon here.
Yeah, Fong showing great knowledge of, great game knowledge with the turret range there, just able to even his little Firefox is off onto the side of Oriana there without taking any turret damage. So Frey is having a really rough time at the moment. Long is just absolutely